Fun. World adventurer Brian Keating is back. This time, Brian's talking about his latest adventure, visiting Jane Goodall's camp with chimpanzees.
Well, 30 years ago, last October, 30 years to the month, I had a visit to Jane Goodall's camp at Jane Goodall's invitation.
You know how jealous I am.
Well, it was one of the most amazing experiences of my early career.
Okay.
And we spent every day, every evening with Jane Goodall. She hooked us up with her researchers during the day, and we followed chimps. This video was shot just last October.
Okay.
When I returned to Jane Goodall's camp. These are the baboons that hang around the camp. You can see the bars on the window. The baboons are not allowed any human food. This is natural food that these baboons picked up. But watch the little guy. He's happily chewing on his own little piece of fruit, and he goes out to get another piece, and Big Brother comes and gets him. I hate when that happens.
That's what Big Brothers are for.
That's right. That happened in my childhood, too. Anyway, we went off into the woods looking for chimps, and it was rugged terrain. We're hot on the trail. Hot on the trail, and this was our first day, and we only got one quick glimpse of the chimps. It was a good glimpse, but the next day we hit a jackpot. We found the chimps. This is unbelievable. Right behind the chimps. We were following the chimps, walking with them through the forest, through the open grassland area, and then the chimp. There's our first good look at a little baby. You're going to see that baby appear again in a moment or two. But then we followed them down into a deep ravine. Vegetation was thick. We sat very close, and here's Sandy. I met Sandy 30 years prior to this. That's right. She's 42 years of age there. She's on her fourth child. There's one of our. Look at how she's fishing for termites. Okay. Remember, Jane Goodall was made famous when she figured out that chimps actually make and use tools.
A tool.
That's right, because up until that time, the human being was defined as a tool maker and user. So that was Sandy and her son, her 8-year-old son. Wow. And that's her fourth baby. Then, as we were sitting in this deep ravine, the female with that little baby before, and I forget her name right now, but she came over across the creek right in front of us, went right beside us up the hill, and we followed her and settled down. She's in a wider part of the trail now. I'm using my hat as a tripod. We're just watching, and here's this little tiny baby.
How cute is this?
It was so perfect. Ted, this was magic. And look at the little mouth movements there. And feeling so comfortable.
How old would this baby be?
Very young.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is the waterfall that Jane Goodall made famous. Now, from Gombe National Park, we flew into Uganda. And we went to Kibale National Park, which is the epicenter for chimpanzee watching. We followed these chimps. This is one troop of about 100 chimps. The rain started to come down in the middle of the day. It didn't matter. We had an umbrella, good rain out gear. And then all hell broke loose. All of a sudden, the chimp started to scream and yell about 20 or so meters up in the tree. It was my wife who noticed that they were pulling apart a colobus monkey.
Oh, they had caught a monkey.
That's right. About 5% of a chimpanzee's diet is meat. They just dropped the carcass. We're following it through the woods. And we followed for probably a kilometer and a half at high speed through the woods, and I was able to capture this video.
So it's carrying
half a carcass.
Oh, wow.
That's right. That's the tail of the colobus, the black and white colobus monkey. 2 of the chimpanzees went up there, and they sat, and then they shared the carcass. There was a third chimp that came in and sat a little further away, and that chimp was trying to beg for food. Okay. And chimpanzees reluctantly give up bits of meat. Chimp watching at its best. And let me tell you, Ted, that was just an unbelievable experience. Classic ending to my little video clip here. Chimpanzees pant-hooting. How beautiful is that, hey?
Is that a mating, like when they're...
No, they were just excited.
They're just excited.
Yeah.
Because of the kill? Is that why? Or?
Actually, I videotaped that little piece prior to the kill, but during the kill and after the kill, there was lots of pant-hooting and screaming. The hunt is a very well coordinated event. When chimpanzees hunt, and it was years before Jane Goodall witnessed her first hunt of colobus monkeys, the way they work it, the top-level males will go out into the forest, climb up into the trees. Some of them will then chase after the colobus.
So they scare them.
They scare them. Others then filter into the dark forest below. Eventually, a colobus hopefully makes a mistake, falls to the ground, where it's dispatched immediately.
And that's where it becomes lunch. Yeah. Exactly.
And it helps to bond the group together. It's a bunch of good old boys getting together and going on a hunt.
Okay, speaking of getting together, on Valentine's Day this year, a totally different topic than a hunt. Well, maybe a hunt of sorts. It's a mate night, you're calling it.
That's right. It's the Calgary Sexual Health.ca where you get tickets. It's a fundraiser for them. Wonderful organization, excellent cause. I'm giving a talk for adults only. It's adults only content, but I'll keep it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about the mating habits of different animals. And, you know, I've been lucky over the years to be in the right place at the right time with my camera.
Yes.
In a good situation where I've actually captured some of these matings. In fact, in the old days when I worked at the zoo, I showed some of that video to some of our volunteers, and they dubbed me Captain Copulation.
Captain
Which,
Copulation.
And Ted, that's a title.
You got to get that on a business card.
That's a title I would have paid for in high school, but I never earned, unfortunately.
Captain Copulation. You know what? Andrew Schultz, we just learned something new about Brian Keating.
Yeah, it's a title I didn't deserve. But
that's a totally different type of superhero.
Anyway, what I'm going to talk about that night is the concept behind sexual selection.
Yes.
And why it works, why it is one of the main activities that all of us undertake, no matter if we're a chimpanzee, a bird, or a paramecium. We're all out there trying to reproduce, and there you go. So we're going to have a good discussion that night, and it's 200 people we're expecting. Starts at 6 in the evening, $125. Money goes to a great cause, and it's on the 54th floor of the Bow.
The top of the Bow.
And where I'm going to be speaking, it's a floor-to-ceiling glass window on either side, where the lights of the city are going to be glistening. It's the perfect Valentine's treat.
Andy, there you go. Mate night at the top of the Bow building.